College at Central Michigan. The number has now been retired. First correct caller in our Team Shop Trivia. We'll head to Dan's final game tomorrow night here in Phoenix. Suns and Mavs, 595-76-16. Now we hear from the coach.
You know, he plays and practices, you know, as though that might be his last game. That's what you want in a teammate. And as a coach, that's what you want, you know, as a player.
Subway has a new bread made with Daffy.
I mean, I won't say that there's one player who's been my favorite over the years, but Dan Marley's right at the top of the list.
It's kind of interesting because when we drafted him, they booed unmercifully.
I cannot help how you feel.
I couldn't take it anymore, so I went to the mic and said,
You people will be sorry that you ever booed this young man.
Another memorable moment for Dan Marley, Central Michigan. And if you caught his number, better call in. You could be the winner of our Team Shop Trivia. We tried to snap the fingers. I want to try one of these.
Your turn. You got it.
The Thunder. Oh, Manute Bowl.
On the praying mantis. Manute Bowl. That's a funny guy. Boy, that was a great dunk on a 7-6 guy. They called it off for an offensive foul, and it certainly was not that. It was a great dunk.
Toward the end of that highlight, too, you could see Tom Chambers on the bench with this exasperated look because they called a foul on Marley for pushing off.
Yeah, I wasn't disappointed on anything other than the referee saying, you know, you don't call off great plays like that. It was a tremendous dunk.
Remember who the ref was? No, we'll let him off.
Probably John Vanek.
Southwest Airlines, hot tip now, and Dan Marley. 3 girls are hot tip now. Child number 4.
Number 4, it's a boy.
You got it. When did you find out?
Found out a couple weeks ago, so it was a last shot effort, and I came through in the clutch.
Way to go. That is a clutch hot tip. Congratulations to Dan and Tina, the upcoming young man.
I want to do this out. Give me one of these. Jake thinks maybe that'll work.
I don't see it. They didn't go for it.
They did.
Mike, your friend, that was a signal. Try it again, Tom. Here we go. The hard foul on J.R. Reed, to me, this epitomizes Dan Marley.
Love that type of play, and love that type of play against a person like him also. Dan's not going to back down anybody. That's why Pat Riley and anybody who coached the guy, anybody who played with the guy, loves to be on the team because he's going to be lined up right up there with you in the front, good times or bad times, and be fun to play with.
Best part about that, too, you couldn't really hear it, but the whistle sounded 3 seconds before he took out the hacksaw on J.R. Reed. Casino, Arizona wild cards, and Dan Marley, well, he knows when to be intense, and he knows when to be a joker.
Flannel, the big collared shirts. Oh, the big bell-bottom sweatpants. Yeah. And the last thing, the topper of it all, bring back the afros. Yeah, I want the afros back.
Listen, when you're standing next to a joker, you got a joke, and I'm talking about Joe Klein, not Dan Marley.
And of course, the Joker strikes Eddie Johnson. I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen here again tonight.
Funny stuff. Eddie does not like his dude getting messed up either. But
look at the sweat rolling down on Thunder Dan after throwing the towel at Eddie. Now he needs it from Cotton Fitzsimmons.
And the black eye. I mean, he's probably had more black eyes in his career than anybody in the NBA. Tough guy. Fun guy.
And we can feel for Dan. Those lights get a little bit hot.
I'm a little warm myself out here in the pigskin.
Coming up next on Game Time, we'll head back to San Antonio. We'll join up with Eddie Johnson. Bob Young now talking about the media darling, Dan Marley.
Well, he's just an approachable guy. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a bad game, good game. You know, even when he was in his prime here, if he was, 0 for 8 from three-point range, it wasn't like he was going to go hide in the training room and not be there to answer questions about being 0 for 8. And obviously, if he was, 8 of 9, he was really going to be anxious to talk to you.
Fort McDowell Casino has spring fever. You can catch the fever juice by playing throughout Fort McDowell for your chance at winning cash and a brand spanking new Saturn View. The more you play at Fort McDowell Casino, the more you can win. Join us all spring long as Fort McDowell gives away thousands in cash and a chance at the winning key to the hot new Saturn View. Just minutes from Mesa and Scottsdale. Fort McDowell Casino, still the one for more winners.
Alone in APS, our customer call center is open day and night, so you're never left in the dark. APS, the power to make it happen.
News Radio 620, KTAR, live, local, first. The home for your Phoenix Suns. News Radio 620, KTAR. News Radio 620, KTAR, live, local, first.
Actually, I saw that last night on TV, and he said he's going to take a year off, and then he might want to get back into it with something to do with basketball. But, you know, I think it's important. You play so many years, you travel, and I know he has a family that it's great to just be home and not have to travel and not worry about it. You're home to help and be with the kids.
Oh, Dan, the only advice I would give you about retirement, number one, is a lot of fun. Number two, you got to get you one of them scam TV jobs. It is like stealing.
Well, Eddie Johnson back in San Antonio. I guess that makes 3 of us that are all stealing money. 4 if you include Charles Barkley with our TV jobs. Let's talk about Dan Marley. Numerous big shots, but you felt he kind of had an ugly shot coming out of college in Central Michigan.
Yeah, it was. Well, it followed him to the NBA. It wasn't pretty when he first got there. Matter of fact, Dan didn't have any touch. And it's so funny because the further out Dan shoots, the softer his touch is. And that's why he became such a great three-point shooter. But found a way to get to the basket. And as everyone knows, early in his career, he was not hesitant to take it in there and finish strong on anyone.
He certainly was that. He's known for dunking early in his career and his strong, powerful play. But everybody seems to remember not the thunder so much as just the great clutch shots that he made for this team, you know, year in. And I love the one against the Lakers way back when. We always liked beating the Lakers. And he liked, oh, my goodness. He's behind the line. I don't know if you got to see that, but he's behind the line about 15 feet, if you remember that shot in '93.
Yeah, you know, Dan was unique in that he really wasn't a shooter, and you didn't expect him to take last-second shots, and teams would rotate off of him and leave him open, and he was not afraid to take the shot, and that's the kind of guy that you want on your ball club, and he was ready to take the heat if it didn't go in, and at times during his career, he's taken the heat. That's enabled him to make a lot of big shots.
He really did. We first saw the shot against the Bulls. He had 6 three-pointers in game number 3, and then the shot that took out the Los Angeles Lakers. How about the final chapter to his career, coming back here to Phoenix, the perfect ending?
It really is. I think that was a goal of his all along. When he left, he wanted to end it here, and Phoenix is his home. And it's just great that he got that opportunity. A lot of players don't get that opportunity. And it's just fortunate for Dan that he was able to do that, to come back to a great organization, his first organization, and be able to walk off the court with a Phoenix Suns uniform on. And they're coming out. Maybe I can talk Dan into coming over here. I don't know.
Is that a possibility? Well, he likes to throw the jacket on you.
I know. I'm looking at him right now. I'm worried.
Uh-oh. Give us a head shake. Could we get Dan Marley, if this works? I mean, he's minutes away from tip-off.
He just threw it on me.
Oh,
man. He didn't throw it on my head. He just threw it on me.
Thunder Dan.
Hey, love potion number 9.
Yeah.
Minutes before, you're supposed to be in the layup line. What are you doing?
You're right. It takes me about a half hour to get loose, and I only got 17 minutes.
Hey, Dano, tell me about this, the emotion the last couple of days. We read about it today in the paper. It's getting to you, isn't it?
You know, it is. I didn't think it would, but you start seeing people, and people start talking about what's going on for the last 14 years, and I've done this so long, it's hard not to start getting emotional about it, start thinking about things, and I'm sure tomorrow night will be quite an ordeal for myself.
Hey, Dano, it's Tom here. I know a month and a half or so ago, you weren't the happiest guy in the world playing with another head coach here in Phoenix, and you weren't getting a whole lot of time, and you were about half crazy. I didn't even know if I wanted to talk to you without getting beat up myself, but things have turned for the better for the team, for you, and you're able to close out after making some big shots to help this team. You've got to be ecstatic about all the things that have happened.
Yeah, I'm a lot happier. Frank's done a good job, just not with myself, but with other people, communication-wise, and letting people know how he feels about what's going on and when they're going to play, if they're not going to play. And Frank has put me in the fourth quarter, and I've been able to go out there and, like you said, make some big shots. So this last month has been a lot happier for me, and I'm glad I can go out like this.
Hey, Dan, I appreciate it. I want you to go back to the layup line. Our thanks to Eddie Johnson. Coming up next, you remember the Chic? You remember the Chic stunt, Dan?
Hey, did they ever open that restaurant?
Oh, here we go. It's the stunt, the victim of the candid camera.
Use that, how you say,
personal hygiene with one hand, and then we eat with other. So I don't use my left hand, for example, to eat my food.
Suns Game Time is brought to you by your Arizona Dodge dealers. Grab life by the horn. Dodge. By Subway, showing Arizona how a fresh-made sandwich should taste. Subway, eat fresh. And by Discount Tire Company, America's largest independent tire dealer.
What is possible? Does achievement discriminate? Or does it open its doors to everyone?
Presenting the ultimate tires for your 4x4. The Michelin LTX series. They provide a Michelin ride on the road. Yet off the road, they're tough enough, rugged enough, extreme enough to tame any terrain.
Michelin and Discount Tire Company, teaming up to bring you the best prices and largest selection in town.
2 weeks in the mountains, wow. No TV, no internet, no phone. Mountains, mountains.
We had a lot of fun together. You know, we wore rubber bands together to, to get us out of our shooting slumps. Turned our socks backwards, one sock backwards. I never did get into the leg shaving thing that I think him and Joe Klein got into.
Danny Ainge, Jerry Colangelo also combining to pull off a doozy on Dan Marley, a hidden camera skit, and Dan bit hard.
Sun Spotlight, brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Phoenix Suns.
Dan arrives for this special luncheon accompanied by friend and business partner A.J. Sulka, teammate Danny Ainge, and Suns president Jerry Colangelo. Little does Dan Marley know, but he's the target of an elaborate practical joke, complete with a hidden camera. Jerry tells Dan the sheik he is about to meet is a friend and business partner. A.J. and Danny Ainge are also in on the prank.
Dan Marley, Sheikh Abdul Aziz.
Mr. Marley, it's my pleasure. I am very, very big fan of yours.
Oh, thank you.
I watched you play for many years, and I am your biggest fan. I have a greeting which is kind of special in my country. If you don't mind, I give you that greeting.
That's fine.
Thank you. Jerry say, Mr. Marley's restaurant is very popular, do very well, and it makes sense to me to have Marley restaurants both in United States as well in my country.
Now the meal is served. It's pasta for everyone but the sheik, who receives this special dish as prepared by our good friends at Restora and the Copper Club. Check out Dan's curiosity. Now it's time once again to share the meal. And guess who gets the fish head?
I would like to again let Mr. Marley taste my traditional dish.
Watch as Jerry tries to get Dan to eat the tartare.
If you had to take that, that's pretty good. Very, very good.
This is just too much for Danny Ainge to handle.
Player. But...
I'm joking. Excuse me.
Hello. I'm sorry. Mr. Marley, I have gifts. Let me show you gifts.
We're sorry.
That is okay, gentlemen. I am not offended. Mr. Marley, please come with me.
I'm sorry.
If I hide gifts behind curtains. Here, if you will come look in there. Smile, Dan. You're on Colangelo camera.
Sun Spotlight, brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Phoenix Suns.
I don't know what my favorite part is, but I think it's Jerry crying back there, just loving it. Team Shop Trivia, what number did Dan wear in college? Let's show it to you. It's Central Michigan. There he is, the Thunder Jam, and they actually retired his number 44. And our winner, Jeff Kistler of Phoenix, you're off to Dan's final game tomorrow night.
You know, come hell or high water, there's one thing you knew, that that Marley would always be there for the right reasons, and you just wish that all players were like that.
Do-it-yourselfers looking for the right tools can find them at the Dodge Spring Cleanup event, where you can clean up with great products, great protection, and great values, including 7-year, 100,000-mile engine and transmission protection. Plus, current Gold Key lease customers can end their lease up to 4 months early when they get a new Dodge. The Dodge Spring Cleanup event. Ford, GM, Honda, and Toyota don't match it.
Nothing gets it done like a Dodge.
Now for the backyard.
Fort McDowell Casino has spring fever. You can catch the fever too by playing throughout Fort McDowell for your chance at winning cash and a brand spanking new Saturn View. The more you play at Fort McDowell Casino, the more you can win. Join us all spring long as Fort McDowell gives away thousands in cash and a chance at the winning key to the hot new Saturn View. Just minutes from Mesa and Scottsdale. Fort McDowell Casino, still the one for more winners.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
If you want to get peak performance out of your car, then get in the zone, AutoZone, and tune it up. You'll save money at the pump and avoid all kinds of problems like hard starting, misfiring, hesitation, even stalling. Of course, there's no better place to get everything you need for a tune-up than AutoZone. Tune up your car and start getting better performance and better gas mileage today.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Suns Game Time is brought to you by Hancock Communities, America's company.
As I think back on all of the players who have worn Suns uniforms, I would tell you that Dan Marley is one of my favorite players to ever don a uniform. And he is certainly the kind of guy we would like to see associated with our franchise as we go forward.
Wonder if that means that we should make room for him out here in the studio.
I'm thinking we can just, separate, part, all that kind of stuff.
That would work. Yeah, he's welcome here anytime. Try another one of those things.
I want to.
There we go. Our final Marley moment. 1994 World Championships, Team USA, and Dan receives the gold medal.
That is awesome. Had a lot of great moments. I'll tell you, when Dano first got here in '88, the guy already had 2 pins in each ankle. And now 14 years later, I mean, the guy was so strong and so committed to the game because his bone structure didn't hold up, but that muscle kept it all in place, baby.
Cotton talked about that. Going into that draft, was Dan Marley physically fit to compete in the NBA? He also had that back surgery as well.
I mean, how much can you put on a hard and a tough-minded person? And when you talk about emotion, usually it's tough emotion, not the emotion we're going to see out of Dan.
Thanks for 14 years of pure thunder, Dan Marley.
Looking back on those days of thunder, shake my head and I have to wonder how we ever made it through that. Girl, tonight you're taking me back. There's a road and a restless wind. Ain't it good to feel that way again? Here we are, the way we were in those days of thunder.
Tonight on Robo Bash, we got 5-time world champion and Victor. And in this corner, Mini Fridge.
Todd, what is it?
It's a Bud Light.
Block on.
For the great
great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. Make it a Bud Light.
Oh, no mercy!
All our kids are sports nuts. Michael and Brendan play football.
Maggie and John play basketball. Tom also coaches football.
With this many family members driving, we need to have a good auto insurance company. And we do. We have American Family.
Fantastic agent, fantastic service. It's a secure feeling because we're always on the go.
Thank goodness they drive themselves to practice.
All your protection under one roof.
American Family Insurance.
Every year, thousands of children lose their moms and dads to an addiction. Parents who smoke risk not only their lives to lung cancer, but the dreams of their children. Parents die from tobacco use. This doesn't always happen later in life. It happens when kids are babies, teens, or college students. So if you or someone you love smokes, help is available. Arizona Smokers Helpline. And if you think this is just a pitch, my dad died from lung cancer.
Call the Arizona Smokers Helpline, 1-800-5566-222.
Before you can check into your hotel or walk along the beach, before you can find a comfortable chair and order a tropical drink, before you can simply sit and do nothing at all, remember, you have to get there first. America West. More non-stop flights to the beaches of Mexico than any other airline in Phoenix.
Here come the Suns, brought to you by your Valley area Volkswagen dealers. By Budweiser, with a crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. By America West Airlines. Log on to AmericaWest.com for low fares and bonus miles. By your Arizona Dodge dealers. Grab life by the horns, Dodge. By Bank of America, the official bank of the Suns. By Sprite, image is nothing, thirst is everything. By your local Lexus dealer, inviting you to test drive the IS300. The Room Store, we put it all together and save you more. The Arizona Smokers Helpline. And by AutoZone, get in the zone, AutoZone. And the Dial Corporation. Aren't you glad you use Dial?
From the Alamo City of San Antonio, Texas, in the Alamo Dome, tonight, it's the Phoenix Suns and the San Antonio Spurs in NBA action. Well, how you doing, everybody? Along with Eddie Johnson, I'm Al McCoy. For the Spurs, well, they're looking for the playoffs. For the Suns, they're looking for the end of the season. But for a guy that has worn number 9 on his uniform for the last 14 years, Dan Marley, he's looking to the end of a career in the next 2 nights.
Yeah, Dan's career is coming to a close, and it ended on a very bright note. Didn't play early in the year, but it really played well in the last few months of this season, and his numbers right there tell the story. A very consistent player, hard-nosed player, and he's going out the way he came in. Instead of him changing positions and going smaller, he's gone bigger. He's a power forward now.
Yeah, they can still hear.
Oh, all right.
We have Stefan with us here.
So,
How you doing? All right.
AZ.
All right. Well, Stefan's ready. The Suns are ready. Everybody's ready. And for San Antonio, I think Tim Duncan is ready. We'll take a closer look at the star of the San Antonio Spurs right after these messages. Oh, brother.
What is possible? Does achievement discriminate? Or does it open its doors to everyone?
Marlins in the lead, but here comes Toby Burke.
Hey, Sterling, can I get you anything?
Yeah, a bottle of water.
Coming up.
There's Schrader on the inside.
How about you, Kenny?
Third Buster.
Got it, guys. Anybody else?
I'll have an orange juice, Toby.
Whenever you need
Need a huge selection of ice-cold beverages? Come to Circle K, where you can find anything you want in any size or pack you need fast.
Sterling, here's your change.
Circle K, the official pit stop of NASCAR.
Some say our country's in a funk. Punks. We're Americans. We're hot-rodding, wave-shredding, bronc-busting, meat-eating sons of guns, and we're going to keep rolling. You a little short on dough? I got your back. I've beefed up my value menu so you can fill up and get on with your guitar-wailing, tree-hugging, chain-sawing, spring-breaking, allowance-earning, freedom-loving life. Oh, and one more thing. Keep smiling. This is still the best darn country on earth.
Bart Grace leads it off against Mariano Rivera. Grace, the base hit to center field. Womack digs in. And a line drive, base hit. The Diamondbacks have tied it here in the ninth. And the 0-1 delivery. And a little blooper. Base hit. Diamondbacks win. Gonzalez did it. The Diamondbacks have won the World Series. This series has been unbelievable. I defy anybody to say there's ever been a greater World Series than this.
Eddie, for many years, David Robinson was considered the backbone of this franchise, the Admiral, and he certainly was. But he's kind of handed over to the reins to Tim Duncan, and Tim Duncan's had a great year.
Yes, he really has. He's been Mr. Consistent all year long. Obviously the best low post player in the game because of his footwork and his ability to get his shot off. But his consistency has just stood out big time. 70 times he's led them in scoring, 67 times in rebounding. And he definitely has an argument to be MVP this year.
Well, David Robinson will set this one out tonight with a bad back, but Tim Duncan will be there, no question about that. And they're battling for a playoff spot, so it's an important game for San Antonio here tonight. We'll be back to check the starting lineups and have all the action right after these messages.
Keeping with the spirit of the NBA 24-second shot clock, we're giving fans 24 seconds to run to the fridge. For those of you who stayed behind, here's a look at all the non-stop flights America West offers to NBA cities across North America. Thanks for playing.
Around here, we play hard and we work hard, just like Dodge trucks. And now during April Truck Month, you can grab one of these fun-to-drive, hard-working Magnum-powered trucks for yourself with up to $2,500 cash allowance or 0% financing, plus our 7/100 powertrain pledge. Ford, GM, and Toyota don't match this. April Truck Month, right here at Truckville, your local Dodge dealer.
I'm Richard.
I'm Elaine, and these are our 3 daughters and their families.
Michelle, Becky, and Kathy.
We all have American Family Life Insurance. Why? The life plan fits our family. Definitely. Our agent really watches over us.
It's a relationship built on honesty and trust. That's why we all have American Family Life.
All your protection under one roof.
American Family Insurance. Right now at Bassett Furniture Direct, get factory authorized 3 years, 0.0% interest. And for the first time ever, with 0 down payment. It's our incredible factory authorized 0-0 offer. 0 interest and 0 down payment for 3 years on living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, home office, and more. Better hurry. The 0-0 offer is this week only at Bassett Furniture Direct. Don't miss it.
Well, right now here at the Alamo Dome, let's get right to our Discount Tire starting lineups for these 2 ball clubs. And first of all, for the visiting Phoenix Suns, the Suns in backcourt will go with Stephon Marbury. In his 6th season from Georgia Tech, 6'2", 180. The other starting guard for Phoenix, Joe Johnson, the first-year player from Arkansas, 6'7", 225. At center and back in the starting lineup tonight after missing the last few games, Jake Sakalitis. Big Jake, 7'2", 285 in his 2nd year. Up front for the Suns, Sean Marion, the 6'7", 215-pounder in his 3rd year from Nevada, Las Vegas. And the other starting forward for Phoenix will be Bo Outlaw, the 9-year veteran from the University of Houston, 6'8", 210. The Suns head coach, Frank Johnson. His staff, Al Bianchi, Jim Boylan, Phil Weber, along with Robin Pound. Trainers are Aaron Nelson and Casey Smith. And there you have the starters for the visiting Phoenix Suns. 35 wins, 45 losses on the year. Now for the Spurs, playoff bound with a 56-24 mark. And let's go to the starters for San Antonio. In backcourt, Tony Parker, a young 6'2", 180-pound rookie who played high school ball in Paris, France, and pro ball in France before coming into the NBA. The other starting guard, the veteran Steve Smith, an 11-year pro for Michigan State, 6'8", 221. Starting at center in place of David Robinson, who's missing this game, is a one-time Sun, Mark Bryant, 6'9", 250, a 14-year pro from Seton Hall. And up front, Bruce Bowen, 6'7", 200-pounder, a 6-year professional from Cal State Fullerton. And the other starting forward, Tim Duncan, of course, the 7-footer in his 5th year from Wake Forest. And the head coach here in San Antonio is Greg Popovich. His staff, Hank Egan, Mike Budenholzer, and Mike Brown. Will Suvening is the trainer. So there you have the starting lineups for these two ball clubs, our Discount Tire starting lineups for this final road game of the year. And now, Eddie, how about our APS game plan?
Well, the keys for the ball game tonight, Suns must shoot the ball, and they must shoot it well from the perimeter. San Antonio has an excellent defense. David Robinson is not here, so it'll be a little bit more easier, but San Antonio does not allow you to shoot well, only 42% from the field all year long. And then interior defense and good rotation is in order. Interior defense on Tim Duncan. The ball is going to go down there all night long. And then when he throws it out, you have to get back to their three-point shooters in a hurry and make them put the ball on the floor. And as the weather starts to warm up, it's a good time to make plans for a spring tune-up of your AC unit. Call an APS qualified contractor for details.
And a quick check of our Blue Cross Blue Shield health status report. Suns still have Randy Brown, Tom Googly out on the injured list. As I mentioned, the big Jake Sarkalides, who's missed the last few games, is back ready to go and in the starting lineup tonight. And now, Eddie, our AutoZone matchup.
Well, Stephon Marbury has had his way with the young Tony Parker of the San Antonio Spurs, but what he's going to see tonight is a different Tony Parker, a guy that's playing a lot better lately, standing up to the big-time guards in the league, and he has some success in doing it. Stephon has had his way, as I said, 31 points a game, 8 assists against him, but Tony Parker, he's not a rookie anymore. He's a veteran.
Well, I hope everybody that's out there looking and listening is planning on being with us tomorrow night at America West Arena. Not only is it Fan Appreciation Night, but as you know, it'll be the finale for Thunder Dan, and I know that fans will want to be there to make it a memorable evening for a memorable player, Dan Majerle. And there's all sorts of exciting things. They're going to be giving away trips to Hawaii, barbecue grills, floor seats to a game next year, even season tickets for next year, a suite. And then they're going to be giving away the jerseys of all 12 players immediately following the game. I could go on and on with this list, but if you don't have your tickets for tomorrow night at AWA, you have all day tomorrow to pick yours up and be with us. It's going to be a night to remember. All right, Suns in their road purple and gray uniforms for the final time this season. They defeated San Antonio earlier in the year.
One of Thunder Dan Majerle. Welcome back to Suns Live, final game of the season here from downtown Phoenix in Copper Square. I think that was little Dan Majerle bobbleheads. We've got the bobblehead on hand along with two of Dan's closest friends. It's a busy booth. It's sold out up here. I'm usually alone, man.
How do you bring that in with the bobblehead? Are you considering that?
Well, it's kind of a nice transition, wasn't it? Vinny Del Negro, Cedric Sabalos. Let's start with you, Vinny. What qualities is it about Dan? You two guys are some of his closest friends. What attracts you to Dan Majerle?
Well, Dan's just a quality person. Being around him, he's always a lot of fun, but we've known him for a lot of years. We came out in the same draft in '88 together, and our relationship has just grown over the years. Obviously now, myself being in Phoenix, we've even become closer, playing a lot of golf together throughout the years, playing against each other when I was in San Antonio especially. But Dan is a blue-collar worker, has a passion not only for basketball, for life, for his family, and for his friends, and we've just had great times together.
What's bonded you two guys said?
I think just when I first came in as a rookie, he just clinged to a guy that, you know, just works hard. You want to try to be a professional when you come in this league. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for you to play and meet a lot of people. And he worked hard both ways, on and off the court. He made sure he shook everybody's hand, gave him a smile, a wink, autograph, whatever he could do. And also on the court,
you know, he dives for loose balls, shoots long threes, dunks on people. He just goes 110% whether it's on or off the court. I love it.
More from Vinny Del Negro and Cedric Ceballos, but first now we'll head down to the court. Gary Bender and Cotton Fitzsimmons calling tonight's action. And Cotton, I think you were the man who uttered the prophetic words, "You'll be sorry you ever booed this young man." Cotton, you were right.
Well, we're going to show that tape in just a moment, but before we get there, I don't know if there's anybody that's been more popular for the Suns in their history than Dan Marley. How do you feel about all this? What's your emotion coming into this?
Well, it's very emotional, but there's a lot of satisfaction as far as I'm concerned. The fact that you take a guy from Central Michigan in the NBA, they're not supposed to play in the NBA. It's supposed to be those big universities that dominate. Dan Marley proved them all wrong. He proved everybody wrong. He was selected, and the 14th pick in the first round, Suns made a mistake. We should have selected him number 7. We selected Tim Perry, so everybody makes mistakes. But I'll say this for Dan Marley, he didn't make me look bad.
Well, we're going to go back, and Tom's alluded to this, and you've talked about it, Cotton. 1988, 14th pick in the draft. There was quite a reaction when his name was announced, and here's what Cotton had to say that day.
We are very happy to select Dan Marley. I cannot help how you feel. All I can tell you is this. We think he is a combination of Dick Van Arsdale and Jerry Sloan. I know that's very high, but I think you people are going to love this guy. We couldn't be happier, and I think you people will be sorry that you ever booed this young man.
And Cotton, you were wearing ties then? You don't look any older today.
Oh, yes, I do. But Dan Marley did make me a prophet because there was no way he could fail. The guy has too much character. He works too hard. There's just no way Dan Marley could fail. The team doctors, they always have these different cards they use. They use a yellow card for caution. A green card is fine. Take a guy. Dan Marley had a red card. That means you don't take Dan Marley, but they worried about his back. I said, hey, if he can give us 5 years, we're happy.
You know what's interesting about these tapes here, and it was pointed out tonight, he is the only player in Suns history to play in all 3 uniforms that this franchise has had.
He's lasted a long time. For a guy who wasn't supposed to be drafted because of his back, he has lasted a long time. Still gave our fans this year, as tough as the year has been, Dan Marley in this building, he's given our fans a lot of thrills.
He'll start tonight. I can't wait to see the reaction when he's announced to this crowd. Now, let's look ahead a little bit, Cotton. There's really a critical offseason, a very important offseason. We're going to talk about 3 different issues. Let's start with the re-signing of Shawn Marion.
Well, I think you have to sign a guy like Shawn Marion. I think, again, he's a young player. You have to bring him along. I think a lot of people think right now he's a superstar. I don't believe that. He has great numbers. He is able to score double figures every night, double rebounds every night. But in all honesty, you look at our basketball team, he should be able to do that. So I'm saying to you, yes, he's outstanding, but you have to bring him along slowly, and I think we will re-sign Shawn.
Okay, a second issue that's been discussed a lot, the future of Penny Hardaway.
Well, Penny, it's just, again, that's always up in the air. Penny thinks that, you know, his knee is fine. Most players feel that way. But when you watch him play, he is not the Penny Hardaway that we even saw when he first got here, much less in Orlando. So, you know, you just have to wait and see about his injury.
Well, and the Suns have 2 #1 draft picks. One of those is a lottery pick. And, boy, would you like to get a little lucky in this area.
Well, you really would. But, again, that's when you're excited because you have a chance to get some young players. Now, I don't know if there's another Dan Marley in this lottery. I don't know if there's another Dan Marley in the first round. But you hope you get lucky and get somebody similar to Dan Marley. If you do, you're going to build a good foundation and build yourself a good basketball team.
Well, you mentioned the foundation, Cotton. There are 5 young players to which to build around, 5 guys who really have a lot of upside to their game.
Yeah, they really do, and they are young players. But, again, they have to decide, in my opinion, how good they really want to be. Yes, they're good enough to play in the NBA. There's no doubt in my mind. But they have to make up their mind right now, how good do you want to be? Like in the case of Marbury and Marion, do you want to be the elite? Do you want to be up there with a John Stockton? Do you want to be up there with a Karl Malone? They have to make that decision. And those other young players have to decide, hey, yeah, we can play in the league, but how good do we really want to be?
It sounds just like a coach to me. I mean, I wouldn't expect you to say anything else. Well, tonight, the Dallas Mavericks coming here. This is the best team in franchise history. They won 57 games. They won more than any team in the NBA on the road. And they are a ball club that's trying to get the #2 seed. If they win tonight and the Spurs lose in Utah, they'll get that #2 seed.
And you got to be honest and say we have our fingerprints on that Dallas ball club because Steve Nash runs the basketball team for them. Turned out to be an outstanding point guard. And Michael Finley, he is the engine that makes the Mavericks go.
Well, you mentioned that ball club. Interestingly enough, the Spurs game is tipping off earlier than this game, so we'll have a pretty good handle on how the Spurs are doing in Utah, and we'll be able to tell you who may have that #2 seed. Now, I think as a conclusion, this is a very emotional night. You look around, Cotton, you see the #9 placards, you see the bobbleheads that have come in, a fan appreciation night, Dan Marley appreciation night. This sets up what I think could be a very memorable night.
Yeah, it certainly will, and I hope the Suns can really come out and the players really play, give it the all-out Dan Marley effort. If they do, I think all the fans will be satisfied.
And I'll tell you one thing, they're dressed alike, Tom. They're all wearing those white headbands with a #9 on them. I don't know how long they'll wear them, but they're going to start the game that way.
You know, I'm thrilled tonight, since Marley's such a good defensive player, that Tom has two super defensive players up there with him tonight in Vinny Del Negro and Cedric Savalas.
Oh, yeah. Cotton, you say that in jest. I can't believe
No.
that. Vinny Del Negro, Cedric Savalas, though, will rejoin us here on Suns Live. We're going to talk more about Dan Marley. Right now, he ranks #5 all-time in the NBA in three-pointers made, 1,354. He can dunk as well.
1, 2. Suns Live on Cox 9 is brought to you by the Accident and Injury Attorneys at Phillips & Associates.
All right, get your commentary ready. Vinny said, that's impressive, over noodles.
No question about that. That's awesome right there.
I say that's how he's going out tonight. For real, I do. He's a dunker. I think he's always going to be a dunker. I think he got a little bit left. They want to play golf on Friday.
No, he's going three-pointer. Keep the legs relaxed. Stay close to the floor. Knock the threes down.
All right,
go
so
with
we've
your
got
strength.
the storybook endings. We got a dunk here and a three-pointer to end tonight's game. Vinny, tell me about your matchups against Dan and what it was like to play defense against him, because we've got some action here that you need to look at, and you may have to defend yourself a little bit.
Dan is just so strong. I mean, he's just a bull out there. They don't call him Thunder they call him Thunder for a reason. I mean, he's going to hit a three, take the basket strong, but right here, I just felt Dennis was going to block it, so, you know, Dennis should have had that, or Dave should have come up from behind to help me out, but, no, it was always great playing here in Phoenix against great Phoenix teams, especially Dan. Here, I try to rotate a little bit late, and when Dan gets his feet set, he's going to knock this one down.
Said he doesn't have cable. You know Marley can shoot that. He's got to jump out on that.
Yeah, I'm a little mad that Marley looked back at Vinny on there and he was like, hey, what are you doing? You know, a little trash talking there. This guy's so good friend.
Don't get too cocky, because we went into the files and we found a little Ced versus Dan Marley. First, let's see the two of you guys as teammates. Then we're going to see you guys going up
that's
against
where we had
each
our
other.
best combination as teammates. I mean, I would find him, he would find me. We worked great together. He was for the three or for a lob. But you know what? I haven't seen this footage since it's happened. I don't think I've done that either since it happened either.
Now, here you are battling in the low post coming up here. I don't know. I was thinking maybe Nick Van Exel had the ball. You can't get the ball.
Well, see, that, you know, that's that strength thing that Vinny was talking about. He's so strong. And look at all those fouls. You know, I mean, he's at home. How am I supposed to get that call right there? But the bad thing about it, then get back on defense. You know, Cotton Fitzsimmons said it. Should have stopped this three right here.
Look at that.
Speeder set.
I'm sorry, the votes are in. I think Vinny was closer to Dan on his three than Ced was on that second one.
But I yelled, though. I yelled.
Oh, yeah, you yelled, help. Somebody help on my man. I want to pose something to you two guys, because Dan Marley really has finished with the flourish here. Ever since Frank Johnson took over as head coach of the Suns, we've seen a different Dan Marley. Could he actually play another season if he wanted to, Vinny?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's no question he could. When Scott Skiles was here, obviously, he was playing the younger guys. Dan wasn't getting a lot of minutes. Tommy Mugata goes down, and, you know, he's playing a lot more and playing well. He's playing some power forward position, but Dan can shoot the three. He's a great teammate. He's going to work hard. And the reason the fans love him here, he gives you everything he has every night in, night out, and that's why he's a quality person on and off the court, like Sed mentioned.
And you know him physically, though. I mean, with the ankle, the back, could he actually physically perform?
Well, when I walked up to him tonight in the locker room, I hugged him and said, "Can you give me one more, another half a year?" You know, he said, "Yeah, I could give you another half, but I think this is time. It's the right opportunity, and I'm going to go ahead and go for it." He has everything set. He's expecting to finally have a son. It's ironic. He has 3 girls, and then he leaves the game, and he has a son. But you know, his family is great. I think it's a great opportunity for him to leave. And you know, tip my hat. He had a great career here. He had a great career in Miami. Also, a short one in Cleveland. Everywhere he's played, he's set his mark and let people know about Thunder.
And the other thing is he's played at such a high and consistent level for so many years. Now with injuries, with age shows no prisoners to anyone. So Dan realizes that he's going out on a good note. The people here obviously love him. So I think he's very comfortable with his decision.
More with 2 of Dan's closest friends, Vinny and Cedric. And of course, the ultimate test, the litmus test, will be if his son's named Vincent
Dallas Mavericks, who are going into the playoffs. My guess, the assistant coach, I call him the head coach of the Mavericks, because when his father, Nelly, was out, guy took over, did a great job. Young Don Nelson. Nelly, good to have you back.
Thanks, Cotton. It's great to be back in Phoenix.
Tell me about the Mavericks in this regard. This game tonight, do the Mavericks need to win the game or not, or do you know?
We absolutely need to win because we want to have a positive push going into the playoffs. We want to have our energy really high, and we want to finish on a positive note.
As we go into the game tonight, what position do you all find yourself in as far as the 8-team bracket?
Well, you know, hopefully we've got our favorites. I think if you ask 5 different coaches, they'll tell you 5 different matchups that we'd like to see in the first round. But, you know, it really doesn't matter. I think as long as we go in, we play our game, we're able to get into the open court that obviously we're real good at, and able to defend a little bit, we should have some good luck.
You still have a little Phoenix flavor. I'd have to be honest with you and say that the guys that Phoenix sent to you have turned out to be good players. Steve Nash, Michael Finley, outstanding.
Yeah, we're real blessed. I mean, Stevie is our quarterback. He, you know, runs the team. It's going to be really important in the playoffs that we get into our half-court sets. Obviously, you're not able to get in the open court quite as much. And Michael Finley's our engine. He's been there ever since the Nelsons got there, and he's our go-to guy in the fourth quarter.
Now let's talk about it here tonight. We see the number 9 all over the seats here tonight. Dan Majerle, a guy who's been away a long time, but comes back to finish his career in Phoenix. You've watched Majerle in his career. What do you think of him?
Cotton, they don't come any better than number 9. He's an unbelievable player. He's even a better human being, and we're blessed. Our whole team's going to be out here at halftime to watch him retire and cry like a baby out there.
You know, one thing, as coaches, if you have a chance every year to draft a Majerle, then it's going to make you look pretty good because he will not fail.
Oh, I mean, he's got a heart of a lion, and he's got a game to boot. And the fact that he's been healthy and played his entire career at one of the toughest positions, you know, as a 3, you've got to chase the greatness of the Michael Jordans around there and the Kobe Bryants and such. And, you know, he's such a competitor. You never bet against Dan Majerle.
Can the Dallas Mavericks, in a short series, get to the NBA Finals?
You know, we feel real good about ourselves. We feel we match up well. We give all kinds of post-up teams problems because we got Wong Juju that can shoot it outside, and Dirk Nowitzki and Rafe LaFrentz. So we feel real good with the matchups. We feel real good for our chances.
One last quick question. I know they want me to wrap it up, but when is that old Don Nelson going to hang it up and let young Don Nelson take over?
Cotton, I'm happy. I'm not looking to push the old Nelly off the plank, so whenever it's right.
Well, congratulations to you and my buddy Nelly. Good luck in the playoffs.
Thanks, Cotton. You're the best.
We'll be back in a moment.
Announcing Friends Fly Free from Southwest Airlines.
Simply purchase a special discounted fare starting at $59 and a friend comes along for free.
You are now free to move about the country.
Every year, thousands of children lose their moms and dads to an addiction. Parents who smoke risk not only their lives to lung cancer, but the dreams of their children. Parents die from tobacco use. This doesn't always happen later in life. It happens when kids are babies, teens, or college students. So if you or someone you love smokes, help is available. Arizona Smokers Helpline. And if you think this is just a pitch, my dad died from lung cancer.
Call the Arizona Smokers Helpline, 1-800-5566-222.
Hold on. We've got more prizes for the student who sells the most candy. A weekend pass to Coastal Kingdom to get out there and sell that candy.
The Volkswagen Passat. It only looks like $1 million.
If there's a truth about this land, it's this. While the past demands respect, it's the future that commands attention. Arizona can be a place where more senior citizens get quality health care, more children can afford a college education, and every Indian tribe has equal opportunity. That's the simple promise of the new Indian Gaming Initiative. Our future demands nothing less.
Welcome back, Dan Marley getting set for his finale here in Phoenix. Suns and Mavericks. NBA action tonight. The Spurs and Mavs actually right now in a battle for the Midwestern Division title. If the Spurs lose and the Mavs win, Dallas would get that #2 seed in the Midwest title. Right now, San Antonio leading Utah by 4 in the second period. Vinny Del Negro, Cedric Ceballos. Who are the legitimate contenders in the Western Conference? Let's start with you, Vinny.
Well, obviously, the championship goes through L.A. when you have Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. No question. I think the key for them will be the play of Derek Fisher and their veteran players, Horry, Rick Fox, Brian Shaw. They'll have to pick up some slack, especially Samaki Walker will also have to play well. Sacramento home court, best record in the league. Dallas, a lot of firepower, picking up Van Exel and LaFrentz. They will be tough to deal with. And when you have Tim Duncan and David Robinson on the court, you always are a contender. So those four, obviously, that's where the championship will be coming.
Said we got 15 seconds. Minnesota, is that your dark horse?
Just because Chauncey Billups is playing well, and he's trying to put that burden on his shoulders that he's lost in so many years. I go with Minnesota trying to sneak in.
So it seems unanimous that it's not unanimous that the Lakers have this thing in a cakewalk. We'll be back more with Vinny and Ced. We'll wrap things up in our final tribute to Dan Marley coming up next on Suns Live.
If there's lots of places that you would like to see, fly Southwest Airlines, because friends fly free.
For romance.
Give it a chance.
Fly so you can dance.
Fly so you can cry.
Fly, because it's America.
And if you fly Southwest Airlines,
your friend flies free.
Announcing Friends Fly Free from Southwest Airlines. Simply purchase a special discounted fare starting at $59 and a friend comes along for free.
You are now free to move about the country.
5-Star Ford in Scottsdale continues to lead the way by offering you huge savings. And it doesn't get any bigger than the April cash rebates on the nation's top-selling SUVs. Now through the month of April, you can receive up to $1,000 cash back on the sleek new Escape, or up to $2,500 cash back on rugged Explorers. But you better hurry, because when this month is over, so are the huge April cash rebates. Only at 5-Star Ford, Scottsdale and McDowell, or log on to 5starford.com.
Around here, we play hard and we work hard, just like Dodge trucks. And now during April Truck Month, you can grab one of these fun-to-drive, hard-working Magnum-powered trucks for yourself with up to $2,500 cash allowance or 0% financing, plus our 7/100 powertrain pledge. Ford, GM, and Toyota don't match this. April Truck Month, right here at Truckville, your local Dodge dealer.
If you drive an import car, you recognize the quality workmanship that shows in today's imports. So it just makes good sense to get that same high quality in replacement parts. That's just what you get at Zap Import Parts. Because Bath's only business is imports, you get import quality parts at volume prices.
During Japanese month, you'll get even lower prices on hundreds of parts for your Japanese car at Bath.
Bath Import Parts, your import parts specialist.
Wrapping things up here on Suns Live, Vinny Del Negro, Cedric Ceballos, Dan Marley's the man. We have 30 seconds. Final thoughts on Thunder Dan in his last game.
Well, when you watch all these clips, obviously it brings back a lot of memories, a lot of fond memories. And one thing that you always see is Dan playing with a lot of emotion. And people can relate to that, and that's why he is the son or one of the sons of the city of Phoenix.
I just love everything that he does. He's a great guy, great person. I just can't wait for the ring ceremony to put him up on with the rest of the guys.
Into the things of honor tonight, they will honor Dan Marley at halftime. Right now, we pay our tribute to Dan Marley, his final act in the Suns uniform tonight.
Honestly, I think, Dan Marley is one of those guys that you always wanted on your team. And I think that's why he was always accepted everywhere that he played, because of his work ethic. He's very good in the locker room, and he competes on the floor. And whatever he gets when he leaves, he deserves it, because this guy's gone through a lot of beatings, a lot of surgeries to get to this point. And a lot of guys would quit, but he didn't quit, and he had a great career.
You gotta love it. Thunder Dan.
As a coach, you always want somebody you can count on. You always want somebody you can turn your back on and know you're covered. And Dan Marley is that kind of guy. Always knew that you could count on him. The day we drafted him, Civic Center, never forget it, they booed me unmercifully. They couldn't even pronounce Marjorie's name, much less Marley. Didn't know where he's from or anything. And I did go to the microphone, and I remember my words. You people will be sorry the day you ever booed this young man, once you see him play. And they were, and I'm proud of him.
Well, Dan was certainly one of my all-time favorite teammates. He always brought everything he had to offer. He played hard. He played tough. He loved to shoot the long ball. And even more importantly than all of that stuff, he was just a good guy to be around, a great clubhouse teammate.
I think without a doubt he'll be known as one of the hardest working players ever come in this game. He took every ounce of talent that he had and used it to the utmost.
Dan Marley, with the exception of Rick Mahar, Mike Jaminski, and Mark Waz, is my favorite teammate. We had a great time together. He's a good person. He always made me feel welcome when I came to Phoenix. And it was a pleasure and an honor to play with you, Thunder Dan. And I appreciate it. And I just want you to be happy because you deserve it.
He's old. He doesn't move as fast, doesn't shoot as well. But Dan does all the intangibles that he'll make you play him. You'll say, God dang it, I got to put Dan on there. I got to get Dan in there. Where's Dan? In my short time, that's why I love to have him on the team again. That's why Pat Riley, said that, Dan Marley will stay with me as long as he wants to stay with me. That's why Mike Portello appreciated Dan Marley, because every time he's around, he's going to give you everything he's got. Everything.
Announcing Friends Fly Free from Southwest Airlines. Simply purchase a special discounted fare starting at $59 and a friend comes along for free.
You are now free to move about the country.
Be afraid. Hi, I'm David Leibowitz. That's the advice I give everyone about LASIK. I was anxious about LASIK too. Then I met Dr. Jay Schwartz at the Schwartz Laser Eye Center. He's performed more than 12,500 LASIK procedures, and he performed mine. Thanks to Dr. Schwartz, I have 20/15 vision. Dr. Schwartz is the official team eye doctor of the Phoenix Suns. Those are million-dollar eyes entrusted to his care. Aren't you looking for that kind of trust as well? The Schwartz Laser Eye Center. Experience, results, and a great price. All I can say is what a difference. Thanks, Dr. Schwartz.
spring, and winning is in the air at Harrah's Auction. April 18th, we're giving away a Mexican Riviera cruise. And all month, enjoy great deals at our resort hotel.
You know you gotta get to Harrah's. Oh, yeah.
Hey, there, boy. How you doing?
Not too shabby, Joe.
Going to Del Taco today. Any suggestions?
Well, the 8-layer Works burrito is always good.
Works burrito? I never had that before.
Oh, well, then listen. Close your eyes and imagine an 8-layer burrito filled with rice, red sauce, cheddar cheese, lettuce, guacamole, sour cream, and tomatoes. Choose either veggie, chicken, or steak.
Whoa.
Yeah, 8 layers is a lot. Say, that feels pretty good, Joe. Just even it out. We should be fine.
Tonight, the Phoenix Suns play their final game of the season as they play host to the Midwest Division leading Dallas Mavericks. It's a very special night as Dan Marley makes his final appearance in a Suns uniform. Hi again, everybody. I'm Gary Bender along with the coach, Cotton Fitzsimmons. The Suns closing down their 34th season out of the playoffs for the first time in 14 years. But tonight, taking this opportunity to honor one of their most popular players of all time, Dan Marley.
Well, everybody in the NBA respects Dan Marley for his efforts. I just watched Don Nelson, the coach of the Mavericks, who's never coached Dan Marley. Dan Marley's made him suffer quite a few times. Come over here, right behind us, and hug Dan Marley and let him know how much he appreciates his efforts.
Well, we'll go back a few years. You remember those old uniforms? That's when it was Thunder Dan.
Yeah, Dan. It didn't matter what uniform you put him in. He's going to come and play hard no matter what. And he always did, Gary.
Well, and at halftime, you're going to be part of a ceremony for Dan Marley. We'll all look forward to that. We'll have an extended halftime. All-time three-point shooter in Suns history.
Yeah, he really is, you know, and there's nothing wrong with the emotion. There earlier, you saw him and Kevin Johnson bump chests. Well, that was great, except I was the coach and I didn't like it. And sure enough, lo and behold, they banged knees, and Kevin Johnson was a little tender compared to Dan Marley, so I said, hey, no more bumping.
Well, we're going to bring down the curtain on another season, but if you look ahead, it could and should be a much better campaign next year.
Well, without a doubt, I think you have more of a future. You got a good young nucleus this year, been working with that nucleus. Stephon Marbury, Sean Marion have been the key performers, but we have a lot of players under that 25 years of age. We have 2 first-round picks this year, and you just hope, maybe, just maybe, there'll be another Dan Marley.
Well, it could be very much an ideal thing for us, and we'll come back and look forward to that. Now, a new force is evolving in the league. It's the Dallas Mavericks. They are tied for the Midwest Division lead with the Spurs. They've won a franchise record 57 games. They're the leading scoring team in the NBA, and they have a trio of players in Michael Finley, along with Steve Nash and Dirk Nowitzki, as good as anybody in the league.
Yeah, they really do. They have a great offensive team. Don Nelson is known for his great offensive matchups, and he has certainly utilized his personnel this year to the best of their ability. And I tell you, they can put a lot of points on the board. What a job Steve Nash has done running that basketball team.
And Nash in his first All-Star appearance, along with Nowitzki, they average over 105 points a game. One of the things I thought most interesting, they were winning, but they still made a bold trade with Denver, a 7-player trade, and picked up 2 key players in Rafe LaFrance and Nick Van Exel.
Well, I think you got to give Mark Cuban credit. He really wants to win and win an NBA title, and even though it's going to cost him some money, he says, hey, let's do it. If this can get us closer to the NBA title, let's make the deal, and they certainly have help.
Well, there's a lot at stake tonight for the Dallas Mavericks. They could end up with a number 2 seed if they beat the Suns and the Spurs lose in Utah. So you can see there's a lot at stake.
Well, I'll be surprised if the Spurs lose in Utah, even though I have the greatest respect in the world for, as you know, for John Stockton, Karl Malone. But the Spurs need that win, and they want it.
I tell you, there's a buzz in the air here. There's excitement. They are waving the number 9 placards. Dan Marley is, I tell you, being welcomed with open arms. This is something special. Frank Johnson is out at center court right now. And I tell you, if you don't get emotional about tonight, you never will. Cotton, I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah, I'm very emotional because he's one of my guys. Matter of fact, he's probably the last guy that I drafted in the NBA that's still playing in the NBA, so I'm really proud of him.
Well, I know you are, and this is a special night, and we're so pleased you could be with us. It's a night you don't want to go away from. Stay with us. Dan will be in the starting lineup, and as we mentioned, we'll have an extended halftime. Al McCoy and Cotton will be there to more or less tell him how much they think about Thunder Dan.
Yeah, and it's hard to do because we think so much of it. How could a player be traded away from your franchise, come back his last season, not basically the same player that he was when he left, and everybody love him so much?
We love him. And Cotton, I am looking forward to this. We'll be back with the introduction of the starting lineup. The final game of the year. We'll be back. It's the Suns and Mavs next.
His presentation to the board was in an hour. And while he managed to keep that dry, well, he wasn't. Which is why he was pleased to discover that our selection of big and tall was not only extensive, but at prices that, well, wouldn't soak him. After all, he had enough of that for one day.
You'll find big and tall sizes at the Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Hi, everyone. I'm back in town to get you on your feet again.
Get up.
Okay, fellas.
So what do you think? Good offense or good defense? Find the answer and the Volvo S60 at your local Volvo retailer or at volvocars.com/questions.
With the Phoenix Suns on Cox 9 is brought to you by your Valley Volkswagen dealers, Drivers Wanted, BAP Import Parts, your import parts specialist with parts for all import cars and trucks, by the accident and injury attorneys at Phillips & Associates, your Arizona Dodge dealers, grab life by the horns, by naturally brewed Coors Light, reach for the silver bullet, the pure taste of the Rockies, and by Southwest Airlines, bringing people together with low fares.
It's Fan Appreciation Night. It's Dan Marley Night. It's the final game of the year, and this place is alive. As coming in here, the Mavs, they have won 3 in a row. They're 57-24, the best road record in the NBA at 27-13. The Suns now 35-46. They lost to the Spurs last night. They've lost 3 in a row, and this would be a nice way to end that losing streak as they pay tribute to one of the most popular players in Suns history. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Southwest Airlines, bringing people together with low fares. The introduction to the starting lineups. Here's public address announcer Jeff Munn.
J.K. Wurzburg, number 41, Dirk Nowitzki. At center from Kansas, number 45, Rafe LaFrance. At guard from Wisconsin, number 4, Michael Finley. And at guard from Santa Clara, number 13, Steve Nash. gentlemen, with head coach Frank Johnson. Here's the starting lineup for your Phoenix Suns. At forward from Nevada, Las Vegas, number 31, Sean Marion. At forward from Houston, number 45, Bo Outlaw. At center from Ice Grease, number 25, Jake Sakalidis. At guard from Georgia Tech, number 3, Stephon Marbury. And at guard, after 14 years, from Central Michigan, number 9, Thunder, Dan Marley.
Well, in word one, wow. Let's take a look now at Cotton's Keys to the Game. Sponsored by Sun Devil Auto, Complete Auto Service and Repairs, a family-owned and operated business for 23 years with over 20 locations valley-wide.
Well, I know one thing. He's going to get in the game tonight because Frank Johnson decided to start him. So how many minutes will Marley play tonight? The second thing, how many fouls will Marley get? It depends on the officials there. I promise you, if he plays at least 20 minutes in the game, he will have the maximum 6 fouls. They may not call all 6, but he'll have them. And the third thing, how many threes will he hit? Well, it depends on how many he shoots.
Well, he was good last night, 3 of 4. Don Nelson, in his 5th year as general manager and head coach of this Mavericks team, 3rd coach to win 1,000 games, coach of the Western Conference winning all-star team, 3 times the coach of the year, a Hall of Fame coach. He was voted as one of the top 10 coaches in NBA history. Frank Johnson coming in here, 10 and 20 on the season, 7 and 6 at home. The players are convinced he should get a chance to continue this job next season. He's brought in an ability to communicate with players and a very positive attitude. And I'll tell you, he has tirelessly poured himself into the job.
Yeah, he really has.
Well, this will be fun. We've got a lot of friends out there on the floor. You see Steve Nash and Michael Finley, the former Suns. The night for Dan Marley. I don't know that I've ever been in a game at the end of the season that has so much emotion in it when it really does affect the Suns as far as playoff picture is concerned.
Yeah, I look out there, and if I'm right on this, and I think I am, Gary, just off the top of my head, Steve Nash was traded for a first-round pick.
Welcome back to downtown Phoenix in Copper Square. The London Gold halftime report. London Gold voted best of Phoenix. Always better than a sale. Suns playing impressively here in their final game of the season, leading by 10, along with Vinny Del Negro. Welcome back to the America West Arena. The night in honor of Dan Marley, and there is quite an atmosphere here. Vinny, what's it like for you to be here?
It's great, you know, to bring back all his friends, family, former teammates. The crowd is obviously into it, and the team's playing well.
Vinny Del Negro, by the way, one of Dan Marley's best friends and golfing partner, and he's going to have a little bit more time to play some golf with Vinny after this, his final NBA game. Let's go ahead and look at these first half highlights. And Thunder Dan gets the start. How did he feel before this game starting out here tonight?
I think he was a little bit nervous, a little bit edgy on the edge of his seat, but no question he had a great half. I thought the team played well. Dallas started off a little bit slow, but you know, Dan's going to give the effort. He knocked some shots down. He's playing well. Stephon's doing a nice job penetrating. Jake's had a nice first half also.
Oh, beautiful pass. You dig those headbands?
Yeah, it's good. It's a good tribute to Dan. Here he goes up for the big Thunder dunk. Got fouled, but nice to see him being aggressive.
Then we see the future of the team, Marbury and Marion.
Well, young and athletic. Sean's going to get on the break. He makes it easy jumping and doing things around the basket. And when Dan's feeder said he's going to knock shots down, Sean finds him there. Dan waves to the crowd as he always does, showing his emotion.
I think the other highlight, too, was a skit that was played up on the big screens. The Gorilla looking for a gift for Dan Marley, a retirement gift. He looked at a new car. He looked at some jewelry. Instead, what did he get?
He got some gum. And, you know, Dan's always chewing out on the golf course, so maybe he'll use that down the stretch here.
Gum from Luis Gonzalez. It was one of the Go's best all-time skits. We're back with the tribute and the ceremony here at halftime in honor of number 9.
Around here, we play hard and we work hard, just like Dodge trucks. And now during April Truck Month, you can grab one of these fun-to-drive, hard-working Magnum-powered trucks for yourself with up to $2,500 cash allowance or 0% financing, plus our 7/100 powertrain pledge. Ford, GM, and Toyota don't match this. April Truck Month, right here at Truckville, your local Dodge dealer.
Let's look at what makes the dome structure of great importance. You see, its circular design allows for maximum volume in a minimum space. So, an amazing number of people or things can actually fit in a relatively small area. With such an efficient design, it's a wonder domes aren't seen more often today.
Spring and winning is in the air at Harrah's Auction. April 18th, we're giving away a Mexican Riviera cruise. And all month, enjoy great deals at our resort hotel.
You know you gotta get to Harrah's. Oh, yeah.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Welcome back to the London Gold halftime report. Suns leading the Mavericks by 10 here at the break. Tom Leander back with Vinny Del Negro, and your former team, not just the Phoenix Suns, but the San Antonio Spurs. They're in a battle right now with the Dallas Mavericks for the Midwest Division title and the #2 seed in the playoffs. They are taking on the Jazz in Utah. Latest score, San Antonio now in the fourth, leading by 5. So that could be a big seed. Again, you want to bump up as far as you can to get that home court advantage, but you like San Antonio's chances, don't you, in the playoffs?
Oh, no question. When you have David Robinson and Tim Duncan on the court at the same time, you know, they're a tough team to handle. Duncan having another huge game tonight against Utah, but Dallas, I was a little surprised tonight. Came out a little lackadaisical at the beginning, weren't hitting shots from the perimeter. They picked it up a lot, but give the Suns a lot of credit. They got loose balls, made plays. Guys came off the bench, did a nice job for them.
Eastern Conference playoffs, very interesting. The Raptors and the Pacers win, and right now the Milwaukee Bucks trailing the Detroit Pistons by some 27 points in the third period. That would mean Milwaukee would be eliminated from the playoff picture.
Yeah, very, very big surprise there with Milwaukee's success over the last few years. They started the season off low, had some chemistry problems, I think, with Anthony Mason, some injuries with Sam and Ray Allen. But, hey, you know, Indiana, you got to give them credit. Toronto with Vince Carter going down have done a tremendous job. So Milwaukee needed to step up to the plate tonight. Obviously, they didn't get it done against Detroit, so hats off to Indiana and Toronto.
We're awaiting the start of the ceremony here at the America West Arena to honor Dan Marley. We talked in the pregame show with Cedric Sabalas, and we're seeing it again here in the first half. Dan Marley looks like he could play another season if he wanted.
Oh, no question, but Dan has played at such a high level for so many years that we talked about earlier. I think he's in a comfort zone right now, not playing a lot at the beginning of the season. The coaching changed. Frank Johnson knowing his game much better. Gugliotta going out. Dan getting some consistent minutes, getting the flow. And Dan's a quality player. He's going to play on any team because he knows how to play. He's going to give the effort. He can shoot threes, and he makes a difference on the court.
Well, once again, they're getting set to honor Dan Marley. They will begin with a video tribute. They also had a big block party before this game outside the America West Arena, where fans were able to sign a thank you card in honor of Dan Marley. That will be presented to him as well. And are you ready for this? You got a little video tribute coming up. Are you ready?
Yeah, if Vinny says anything nice, I may start crying. Keep it clean, pal.
I got some inside stuff on you. You know that.
Okay, give it to us.
No, I can't.
No,
not on the air.
This is a tribute. That's
exactly.
We'll save that for the roast.
Exactly.
But now they're honoring Dan Marley, but he's the only guy not wearing the headband. I mean, you should expect even Tina and the girls to be wearing the headband here.
Oh, no question. But hey, the atmosphere tonight is tremendous, and it's well deserved. Dan's done a tremendous job over the years, been consistent, and it's doing well.
Here we go. The tribute to Dan Marley.
It is a pleasure and an honor to introduce the voice of the Phoenix Suns, Al McCoy. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you very much. Thank you, fans. Well, as I think all 19,023 of you know, when that final buzzer sounds at the end of this game, the curtain will ring down on the career 14 years for one of the more popular players ever to put on the uniform of the Phoenix Suns. A player that that no matter what arena in America he steps on, he's applauded for his effort, his energy, his enthusiasm, and the great way he loves to play the game. And we're very pleased that 8 of those 14 years were in a Phoenix Suns uniform. His number, 9. His name, Dan Majerle. Let me call your attention to the video screens, if you will. Video. Roll the video.
We are very happy to select Dan Majerle. I cannot help how you feel. All I can tell you is this. We couldn't be happier, and I think you people will be sorry that you ever booed this young man.
Will be there to take my place when I'm gone. You'll need love to light the shadows on your face. If a great wave shall fall and fall upon us all, well, then I hope there's someone out there who can bring me back to you. If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you go, way up high or down low. I'll go wherever you will go. Run away with my heart. Run away with my heart. Run away with my love. Just quiet out. My life and love might still go on. In your heart, in your mind, I'll stay with you for all time. If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will go. Way up high or down low. I'll go wherever you will go. If I could turn back time, I'll go wherever you will go. If I could make you mine, I'll go wherever you will go.
Let's flash back. The month was June. The year was 1988. Thousands of fans were on hand for the annual NBA draft because the Suns had 2 first-round picks in 1988. Number 7, Tim Perry was taken. When the number 14 pick rolled around, here is the gentleman that you saw a moment ago that made the announcement of Dan Majerle, then Coach Cotton Fitzsimmons. Cotton?
Thank you, Al, very much. I told you you all would be sorry that you ever booed him. But Dan is forgiving you. I forgive you because we all make mistakes. We did have the 7th pick, and we should have selected him number 7. And the second thing we did wrong, we should have never traded him to Cleveland. Now, we're just having Dan Majerle is a coach's dream. How do you know a guy like that will not fail? I don't think he is the most talented player to ever play in the NBA. But he was sure to make it in the NBA because he was going to work so hard that anybody tried to keep him from making it, they'd never be able to finish the season because he would beat them down so badly. Now, we're just having a very small celebration here tonight, Dan Majerle. I talked to Jerry Colangelo before the game tonight, and I think we will have a bigger celebration next year when you go up there where you belong. But I know, Dan, one of the things you love to do, like you play basketball, you like to get those golf clubs out and you like to hit the ball. And I think that maybe if you're going to do a little of that, we might have something here tonight that might help you along the way, because I noticed in the first half you tried to dunk. Yes, you got fouled, but maybe the knees are not as strong. So I don't want you to walk the course. So we're going to make sure that you have your own cart, and you got your own caddy right here. That'll help you along the way. But this is just a small token, Dan, of our appreciation. And along with all the fans, Dan Marley, thanks for the memories. We loved all of it.
Okay, well, let me just pass along the fact that Dan says he's got some basketball to play. When the final buzzer sounds, we'll chat with Dan for a few minutes, so don't leave early. But right now, as Dan says, I got to play some basketball. He's got a few more threes to hit. Okay, let's play basketball. We'll talk with Dan a little later. Thunder Dan Marley. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Cardinals have chosen
Arizona Cardinals select
Kyle Vandenbach.
There is no BS to Kyle Vandenbach.
Stone Cold is in the end zone.
Wow.
Leonard Davis.
That's a massive humanity. It is a massive humanity.
Alltel presents the official Arizona Cardinals draft party at GameWorks. Call 602-379-0101 or log on to azcardinals.com.
Remember when TV was local?
Remember when the needs of our community outweighed the demands of a distant TV station owner?
Coming soon, be watching for a new, locally owned television station dedicated to serving all of Arizona with the best in family-friendly, quality programming.
With local talk and ASU sports, plus classic comedies, dramas, movies, and more, AZTV is Arizona's own television station.
Stay tuned.
Come on, man. 23 triple-doubles last season alone. He's a monster in the block. He can hit the three. I mean, he's money come playoff time.
But he can't shoot a free throw. My grandmother can shoot a free throw better than him.
Well, I haven't seen your grandmother play, but I'm sure she's awesome. His critics call him cold, but I find this warm. I find it engaging.
I see that. It's more like a wheel of octopi.
Very unilateral. The play of dark and light is a classic, Dude, octopi?
Welcome back to the Purple Palace with the coach, Cotton Fitzsimmons. I'm Gary Bender. At the break, the Suns up 55-45. We got a lot of basketball to play, but Cotton, what a splendid halftime tribute to Dan Marley. You and Al did a great job. The video was outstanding. I was thinking to myself, how quickly those 14 years have gone by.
Yeah, they really have. But, you know, when you have good material to work with, Gary, it's easy. Because all you have to do is tell the truth. And I've always felt that way about Dan Marley. You could always count on him. I meant what I said. We should have selected him number 7, and we should have never traded him to Cleveland. He is a guy like a John Stockton, a Karl Malone, starts with you, finishes with you. I'm just delighted he's going to be able to finish with us.
Well, and I think what you saw here tonight is a love affair going on, and this league needs that. Everybody needs to have somebody that connects with the fans. I've never known anybody that connects more with the fans than Dan Marley.
Well, that's because he's a dirt worker. You know, I talk about those dirt workers all the time. He brings his lunch pail to work. He does the job. And Dan Marley doesn't really change. He keeps the same face all the time, no matter who he's with. If he's with Jerry Colangelo or if he's just with the guy on the street. Dan Marley is going to be the same. That's one thing I really respect.
Now, you know that golf cart you got him, he's a legitimate player. What is he, a scratch or a 1?
He's a 1. Most guys who say they're 1s, they always say that, but they play like a 10 or 12. Last time I played with Dan Marley, he said he was a 1. I'm glad I didn't laugh. because I respect him so much. He shot one over par. That's his handicap.
Right. Well, that's what he'll be spending a lot of time doing. Of course, he'll be connected with the Suns in the future. I think, Cotton, what I saw here tonight is that people really do feel like they have come full circle. I mean, you mentioned, you know, that you traded him away. He has come back. And yet in that one brief season, there was just a nice way to finish this off, just to kind of bring it to a conclusion. It was just a nice finish, I guess, the best way to put it.
It really is for the season. But next year we'll have a big celebration when he goes up there with some of his former teammates, and deservedly so.
Well, let's take a look now at some of this. There he is. Thanks, Thunder. And, boy, I've forgotten about that dunk over Minute Bowl. Wasn't that something?
I have the picture at home, and I'll take it to me with my grave because I will not forget it. And they called an offensive foul on him, which was the sad thing.
Oh, that's great. I love it. I think Dan is going to, let's see, he's coming out to center court. He's going to try his patented mid-court shot, which he always does before the start of every game, and he stays out there until he hits it. Well, you look at these stats, Cotton, the Suns have played really well. I mean, they've been energized by this very special night. Look at the shooting, 51% free throw line. They've been there a lot tonight. And in every category, they have played better or right at even with this high explosive Dallas team.
And late in the second quarter, they finally got a little scoring from their bench. Joe Johnson had 6 points, 2 points for Hardaway, and Ford came in, really did a nice job for. So the bench got 12 points. Earlier, the Mavericks bench was just killing them.
Well, there it is for the first half, 22-12. I guess you shouldn't be surprised. One of the reasons he got Marley starting, so you can't bring him off the bench. Plus, this is a team that's so deep. You look at the scores thus far. Van Exel, he really ignited the team. When they got down by 13, he hit a couple of threes, started them back. Finley with not a real good shooting first half. Nowitzki has not really been that active. He's only taken 3 shots. Nahara, as usual, he's just been a warrior.
Well, I think what the Mavericks are doing, they're getting ready for the
34 from the end of the season, and that time remaining to pick up the win here tonight at the expense of the Dallas Mavericks. It has been a special night, the Dan Marley night, and we're going to have Dan Marley after the ball game. They're going to have a special interview with him as he concludes his 14-year career. But you know what? We need one more 3 out of him, don't you think, to finish his career?
I want one of those slashes to the basket and throw down. I want him to throw down. He just can't hit one.
All right, well, we'll see. We'll see what they've got.
Look at Nelly. Nelly talking to him.
Yeah,
come on,
they're shaking hands, hugging each other.
Nelly's telling you, come on, Dad, get one.
Well, they're going to maybe run a play. Here comes a long 3. No, an air ball.
They're running the play, boy. It's all right, they said.
I think Dan has taken a lot of shots here tonight.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, he has.
Yeah, he really has.
He's played a lot of minutes tonight.
He's just been fun. He's 2 of 11, but the emotion he pumped into this ball game, you can't put that in the statistical category. And there's a turnover. Johnson head to Marbury, and Marbury's going to bring it out.
He ain't going to take the shot.
There's Marley again in the corner. Eschmeyer comes out. The crowd is booing Eschmeyer for guarding him. You believe this? Here's a 3. No!
Bo got it.
Bo tries to bat it away. And Marley just trying so hard to get that final 3 to go.
Well, I told you I want him to slash to the basket. He'll get another crack at it.
Frank says one more time, Dan. 51 seconds left. The crowd is standing. I mean, this is great, isn't it?
They love it. They love Dan Marley.
Wong goes inside, and here we go. This is the last possible, maybe 2 more trips, but this might be the trip.
Wong, he doesn't want him to get it. He's going to be guarding him.
Look at the crowd. They're holding the placard 9 up. Dan's going to back out. Here we go. The 3. It won't go. Get it to him again. Here we go. Another 3. Oh! Yes! And he's doing push-ups. He got it. Look at this thing. This is going crazy.
Take him out. Haley, you get to go in.
Oh, that's a great finish, and I'll tell you right now, that's our shot of the game. You know that. Was that something? Look at this crowd. This is wonderful.
You know what Dan said? He told Frank, let me stay on. You don't care if I stand up and cheer, do you?
I'm up. Let's all stand up.
And Frank Johnson looks to Don Nelson, and he says, thank you for allowing it to happen.
Well, and I tell you what, everybody's going to leave here tonight, and they'll remember this game. This will be a memory game in the Suns' history.
Well, will the bullseye shot of the game be him making that three or doing the push-up?
Well, I think they're combined. Can't we do both?
Do both.
All right. And listen to the crowd. The chant of Marley.
Marbury just holds the basketball and the game's over.
It has been a special night. You know, sometimes when you have something like this, you get disappointed. We're not at all. Right. It's been up to all expectations. The Suns are going to win it. It's over, and Dan Marley has finished with a flurry.
And the place is still wild. Al McCoy will go out there and catch him right there. Here comes Michael Finley over to congratulate him.
Wow. You know what? This is one of those moments you're just glad you were close to it and being part of it.
Danny Manning comes over, and Dan Marley gets the game ball.
So, the Suns with an 89-76 win on Fan Appreciation Night, and more importantly, Dan Marley Night. How sweet it is.
Announcing Friends Fly Free from Southwest Airlines. Simply purchase a special discounted fare starting at $59 and a friend comes along for free.
You are now free to move about the country.
Thanks for the party, but it's Grandpa's bedtime.
Is that you, Grandpa?
Cox high-speed internet is now available valley-wide. Call today and get free installation.
The Suns finish on a winning note, 89-76 on Dan Marley night, and here's tonight's bullseye wireless shot of the game. And watch this. This is the most unusual three by Dan Marley. Watch how this ball comes back down.
Bounces it in. Now there's the bullseye shot of the game. Right there.
Well, let's go to Al McCoy. He's with Dan Marley. Let's join him at the center court area.
Dan Marley.
The celebration continues.
And Dan, one thing they can never take away, and that's the roar of the crowd. It's always sweet.
It's great. Now you know why I'm retiring. It took me about 12 shots at that last one. But first of all, I'd like to thank the Suns organization, Brian and Jerry, Cotton, everyone involved with the Suns organization for doing this for me tonight. It was overwhelming, a great way to go out. I'd like to thank my teammates for a beautiful year. It was a year that, you know, we fell short of what we wanted to do, obviously, but they made me feel right at home again after 6 years of being gone. And I was really happy to play with a great bunch of guys, and I'd like to thank the coaching staff, Frank Johnson, for making this last month of my season a memorable one and enjoyable one by getting me out there and playing and letting me hit some threes. And most of all, I'd like to thank the fans. The fans here have been the greatest fans that I've ever played for. You know, it's no coincidence. When I got traded, I still came back here in the summers, lived here. I'm going to raise my kids here. I'm going to live here for the rest of my life, and that's because of these people in this building now. So thank you, everybody. just thank you for 8 great years here and 14 great years in the NBA, and I'm sure you'll be seeing me around sooner or later, but I'll always be here, and you'll always be true in my heart, so thank you very much.
Dan, I know making the decision to retire is never an easy one. And probably about the time we go to training camp in October, I may give you a call and see if you want to come up, because it may be hitting you then. But was there one major decision that said, hey, I've had my thrills, I've had my great moments, and now's the time to think about something else?
Well, I just think it was perfect for me to be able to come back home and play my last year here. I got a beautiful wife, 3 beautiful daughters, and a son on the way. And it's time to spend all my time with them and, you know, take some time off. I'm sure I'll get back into some sports aspect, and hopefully it'll be right here in the Valley. But I just want to spend a lot of time with my family, play a little golf, as you see in my new golf cart. Thanks, Jerry and Brian. And then enjoy myself, but I'm sure you'll see me around.
You know, as you look back, and you've mentioned this several times, because the last few weeks we've read and heard a great deal about Dan Majerle and your great moments in sports, and I know you still look back at that 1993 team that thrilled so many of us by going to the NBA Finals as being one of the high points of your career.
That was, you know, that was the best point of my career. 92 and 93, when this building opened, when I got a chance to play with a bunch of great players, Tom Chambers, Mark West, Cedric Ceballos, Charles Barkley, Danny Ainge, go on down the line, Frank Johnson, all the way on down the line. It was just a fantastic team to be on. We won 62 games, went all the way to the finals. And this city was just a buzz and alive with this basketball team, and that's a memory I'll take with me forever.
We all know this has been a little bit of a frustrating year for all of us connected with the Suns, but the last 6 weeks you've made it a heck of a lot better, Dan. I understand all the stores are closed in Traverse City, Michigan tonight. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that, but there's not too many stores. But I'd like to say quickly, thanks to Joe Klein for flying in from Arkansas. He's right over there. And the guy with the biggest head in the arena, right over there. That's my guy. You know, it's hard to get out of Arkansas. They don't have too many flights out of there. So, thanks, Joe.
Well, you've had a lot of friends, a lot of family here tonight.
Yeah, I got a lot of friends and a lot of family and a lot of old teammates. Cedric Ceballos showed up. All the old Suns, Mark West and Tom Chambers, you know, are here.
There's Ced. He's got number 9 on. Well, Dan, the great thing about it is you've invited everybody over to Marley's, right?
I think we're going to have one great party tonight. It's going to be fun.
Well, we can say a lot of great things, but the greatest thing is we're going to continue to see in Phoenix. And thanks for a lot of great memories and a lot of great times. You're still the best, pal.
Thanks, Al.
Dan Majerle. Suns win this one. We'll be back with all post-game coverage coming
nice
right
conclusion. As we're going to name Dan our player of the game. Tonight's player of the game sponsored by the Arizona Department of Health Services Tobacco Education Prevention Program. 35 minutes, 10 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. You should have another stat line that says inspiration. I mean, that should be the key to tonight's game.
It's been that way his entire career, you know, and, you know, I think it really tops it off. If you've heard and read the things that Pat Riley has said about him. Mm-hmm. No, they didn't go to the championship or anything like that in Miami. Riley considers him one of the best people that he's ever coached in basketball. And look at the guys Riley has coached.
Well, we're going to take a break. It's been something special. 89-76. We'll take a collective look ahead to next season. Frank Johnson will be part of that. And Dan Majerle steps aside. A wonderful career.
If there's lots of places that you would like to see, fly Southwest Airlines, because friends fly free.
For romance.
Give it a chance.
Fly so you can dance.
Fly so you can cry.
Fly, because it's America.
And if you fly Southwest Airlines,
your friend flies free.
Announcing Friends Fly Free from Southwest Airlines. Simply purchase a special discounted fare starting at $59 and a friend comes along for free.
You are now free to move about the country.
Have you been arrested for DUI or criminal offense? Do you need an experienced law firm to go up against the government and protect your rights?
I've been an actual client of Phillips & Associates on 2 occasions, and both times I was very happy with the results. I hope there's never a third occasion, but if I need an attorney in the future, rest assured, it will be Phillips & Associates. Thank you, Phillips and Associates.
Little or no money down and aggressive representation on your DUI or criminal case. Call 602-258-8888.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Here we go again.
Check it out!
I know, Phil. Your phone bill's really low.
Every single month.
Look, we're close.
Switch to Cox and save over 20% a month. Thousands of people have made the choice. Call 623-594-1122.
Game night with the Phoenix Suns on Cox 9 has been brought to you by Southwest Airlines, bringing people together with low fares. The accident and injury attorneys at Phillips and Associates. By naturally brewed Coors Light. Reach for the silver bullet, the pure taste of the Rockies. And by the Arizona Department of Health Services Tobacco Prevention Program. Quit yet? Call the Smokers Hotline.
What a conclusion. What a finish to this year. The Suns won at 89-76 on Dan Marley nights. As we come back here to the Purple Palace with Cotton and Tom Leander, and I tell you guys, I've just really enjoyed this. This has been a special finish.
Well, it really has, and with our fans, nobody goes home disappointed tonight. They loved all of it. But you know, the one thing that impresses me so much, we have a very young team. And these were all new guys to Dan Marley. And the way they reacted to him, especially this last month of the season, it's been unbelievable. It's like a love affair. They love the veteran player, and they showed it.
You're right. The respect from the youngsters, all wearing headbands, and then you have his teammates. I mean, the respect from generation to generation. Joe Klein is going to join us in the next segment. They're all here. Cedric Sabalas, as he talked about.
Yeah, Tom, and I think we saw the respect from the Mavericks here tonight, too. Don Nelson, you saw the players coming over. This is one of those moments, I guess, which transcends any way of knowing what emotions he must be feeling right now. I just know we have just had a faint smattering of what he must feel.
Yeah, I'm sure he does, because I'm very emotional tonight because, you know, Marley happens to be one of my favorites only because you knew you could count on him. A coach wants somebody that he knows he can count on. I didn't know whether he could make the big shot we needed to win the game with. I just knew that we could count on Dan Marley. I remember as a rookie, Tom, I took Dan Marley. I didn't like to start rookies. I didn't treat rookies too nice. I'm the first to admit that. And I want him to earn everything. So I played him off the bench and made him the sixth man. One thing I do remember about him, though, when I would put him in sometime in the first quarter, I don't know when, because I didn't go by the clock. But whenever I put him in, I never took him out. Third quarter would start. Most coaches start their starting lineup. No, Dan Marley would play. Fourth quarter is the key in the NBA. It's not who starts the game, it's who finishes the game. Marley always finished.
Tom, I know you've got backcourt wrap-up coming up, so we don't want to take too much of your time, but I said this earlier, this is a memorable moment. This is a historical moment in the history of this franchise. I think sometimes we get to blasé about things. We see retirements, we see people moving on. Sometimes we kind of look at things, but tonight stopped us dead still in our tracks. I think this will go down as everybody say, I was there. Yeah. I was there that night, and I saw what happened.
And it's not often you see a love affair like there is with Dan Marley, and he's a coach's dream, he's a teammate's dream, he's a media's dream. We talked to Bob Young, the beat writer for the Arizona Republic, and those of us in the media, it's just a different relationship with Dan Marley when you go to his locker stall. It's not just an interview, it's a friendship that's carried on.
Well, and a point I wanted to make, you know, Gary Benner and me have been around a long time, and we understand. What does a Dan Marley type, it doesn't have to be him, what does a type of guy like Dan Marley mean to a young media guy who's coming into the business like you are and doing a great job?
Well, it just means that the job is that much easier in working with a guy like Dan Marley. And then when you're dealing with some of these younger players, I mean, they're coming out of high school, they're coming out of college, and to just remember what Dan has done from a media standpoint, from a friendship standpoint, and you just hope that you run into more players like that.
A lot of people will say, you know, how can Marley go up there with those guys? He doesn't have the numbers that the Hawk has, and Alvin Adams, and Westy, and Walter Davis, Chambers, and KJ. He doesn't have those numbers. he belongs up there.
Yeah, he does. The Ring of Honor, and of course he'll be up there. You know, we want to conclude this by thanking all our viewers. This has been a year which we wish we'd won more ball games, but at the same time, we have the best crew. I love the people we work with. Rich Reed, our producer, and Andy Zarnecki, our director. I want to say hello tonight to Ruth Lamb, Dennis Lamb's mother. She's had open heart surgery, and I know that she's doing better at home. I want to thank Bob Pockman, who's in charge of all the audio, Kerry Brodsky, who's moving on to Jacksonville, and Tom Delnos, our statistician. We could go on and on. Guys, we work with the best crew in the NBA.
Yeah, we really do. And I got to thank Tom Leander because I have to be honest with you, he's the hardest working guy on the crew. He has more shows to do than anybody in the Suns organization. He seems to find time to do it. And every night when he comes on, he's got that smile on his face and he's got the enthusiasm. Congratulations, Tom.
Thanks. I thought this was the Dan Marley tribute, but I'll take it.
Oh, you did a great
Cotton,
job.
it's wonderful.
But anyway, Cotton, it's good to be with you. Thanks for another outstanding year. You know, our relationship goes back to Moberly Junior College. That's more years than you and I want to admit. But you're not only a real pro, but you're a good friend.
Well, thank you very much. But after working with me, you know you cannot get another job. I've taken you right down the tubes.
Well, I've ended a lot of careers, Cotton. I hope I don't end yours. But thanks, Tom. We'll let you have a backcourt wrap-up. I know you have a lot to talk about. But, guys, I'm looking forward to next year. This gives us something to carry on to the offseason.
5.5 months until training camp, and I look forward to working with both of you guys. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's tip it off. We're ready. We'll be back more on the Suns wrap-up show, the tribute to Dan Marley. In the next segment, we'll be hearing from one of Dan's best friends, Joe Klein. We'll see you after the break.
If there's lots of places that you would like to see, fly Southwest Airlines, because friends fly free.
For romance.
Give it a chance.
Fly so you can dance.
Fly so you can cry.
Fly, because it's America.
And if you fly Southwest Airlines,
your friend flies free. Announcing Friends Fly Free from Southwest Airlines. Simply purchase a special discounted fare starting at $59, and a friend comes along for free.
You are now free to move about the country.
Do-it-yourselfers looking for the right tools can find them at the Dodge Spring Cleanup event, where you can clean up with great products, great protection, and great values, including 7-year, 100,000-mile engine and transmission protection. And up to $2,500 cash allowance. The Dodge Spring Cleanup event. Ford, GM, Honda, and Toyota don't match it.
Nothing gets it done like a Dodge.
Now for the backyard.
if you've been arrested for DUI, you need the right attorney, someone who's not afraid to get in there and fight. At Phillips & Associates, we have attorneys who are experienced in fighting DUI cases. That's why many people refer their friends to our office. We can accept your case with little or no money down, and we'll work with you to set up payments you can afford. You heard right. Little or no money down and aggressive representation. Call now for free advice by phone or to set up your free office visit. 602-258-8888.
I do.
And do you, Michael, take Christine to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Or vested in me, I now pronounce you husband. You may kiss the bride.
The leader in upscale golf management invites you to play 5 of Arizona's premier golfing facilities, including True North, Talking Stick, Kierland, and Whirlwind Golf Course. Experience the Troon golf difference next time you play. For starting times and information, call 1-888-TROON-US.
Suns win it in tribute of Dan Marley, 89. to 76. Did you pick up on that? From number 9 to number 35. You know him, you love him. Joe Klein.
You're still sharp.
Sharp after all these years. Now, we were talking about during the break, was that a compliment that Dan Marley gave you over there?
I'm honored, I think.
There it is again.
My head.
He's talking about your head. It's a beautiful head.
It's kind of hard to, it's kind of one of those things that's, it's kind of there, isn't it?
Kind of hard to miss. Yeah, blocking me out over here. Why did you, there you go, baby. Why'd you come all the way from Arkansas? What does Dan Marley mean to you?
Dan's family. I mean, you know, he's family to us, and he's very special to our family, to my kids. We talk all the time. He talks to my kids all the time, and he's just, he's very special to myself, obviously, and to my family, and I'm just glad that we could be a part of it, and I'm just so happy at what the Suns did for him tonight. I just think that he's been able to go out on his terms, and it's special. It's really nice that they honored him in this way, because God played a lot of games very hurt. You know, I mean, he played a lot of times when he shouldn't have been playing, and it's good that they did this.
What goes through you when you watch a game like tonight and Dan Marley's final highlights in his final game? What goes through you? Because you've called it a career. You can kind of guide him through this process, I would think.
Well, I mean, I'm just happy for him. I mean, I'm just happy that, you know, we see 2 shots that he made. I hope we don't go through all the shots that he missed. But
I had a feeling you'd bring that up.
You know, it's always a good game when I know he got up double-digit shot attempts tonight, so he had a great game. There's a nice little
and the push-up.
bank and the push-ups off the grass. There you go. But I'm just happy for him. I'm just, you know, I'm very happy that people are just showing respect and showing how much he meant to him.
Yeah. Only one number 9, only 135. Thanks for stopping by, and
all right,
see you over at Marley's. Can you save me a bar stool?
It's a good chance that could happen.
The tribute continues after the broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to that one.
You're so cute. Did Cotton say you were the hardest working guy on TV?
Did.
Oh, that's a lie.
I need a brush, man.
Have you been arrested for a DUI or criminal offense?
I'm an actual client of Phillips & Associates. When I was involved in a serious legal matter, I didn't know what to do. I flipped through the yellow pages and found Phillips & Associates. They accepted my case with little money down and reasonable monthly payments. My attorney was experienced, aggressive, and helped me through the entire case. I'd recommend them to anyone.
Little or no money down and affordable payments on your DUI or criminal case. Call 602-258-8888.
April is red carpet lease time at 5-Star Ford in Scottsdale. Right now, you can get the world's best-selling car, the Ford Focus, for just $199 a month. Or how about a Ford Explorer XLS 4x4 for only $299 a month? Either way, you'll get the red carpet treatment at 5-Star Ford. But hurry, these red carpet leases won't last long. Only at 5-Star Ford, Scottsdale and McDowell. Or log on to 5starford.com.
If there's a truth about this land, it's this. While the past demands respect, it's the future that commands attention. Arizona can be a place where more senior citizens get quality health care, more children can afford a college education, and every Indian tribe has equal opportunity. That's the simple promise of the new Indian Gaming Initiative. Our future demands nothing less.
I do.
And do you, Michael, take Christine to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Or vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Suns Backcourt Wrap-Up on Cox 9 is brought to you by the Accident and Injury Attorneys at Phillips & Associates.
Thunder Dan Marley came into this one, his final game, 5th all-time in the NBA in three-pointers, 1,154, and you can add 3 more for Thunder Dan tonight, making it 1,157 to end his career, and we had quite a celebration, and it will continue, as Joe Klein mentioned, over at Marley's after this one. Let's go ahead and roll out the highlights, and you may have seen a little Dan before. You're going to see a little more Thunder. Striking right off the bat. He gets the start. He really didn't want to. He would have preferred to come off the bench, but coaxed into it by his teammates, and they were wearing headbands in honor of Thunder 9, but look at Googs. Even without the uni, I love the number 9 on the headbands. Bo Outlaw, the only one not wearing it on his head. He had it on his arm. You can see it there because with those goggles, he said he just couldn't wear them. Thunder. Not a lot of Thunder left in the legs. We thought maybe we'd get a dunk late in the game, but he continued to try cranking up those threes. Here's the future. Steph and Sean, they look good, and they've had a good final couple of months, giving the Suns a little promise heading to next season. And there, his freedom. Thunder Dan. Suns up 11 after 1. They were up by 10 at halftime. Thunder Dan, if he wants to do anything after his career, how about insurance? He's the good hands man, and he helps with the steal, leading to the Sean Marion jam. Suns up 14 after 3, but at halftime it was the ceremony honoring Dan Marley.
That maybe if you're
Al McCoy, Cotton Fitzsimmons, you saw Tina Marley, the 3 girls, and then the gorilla comes in with the new Hummer golf cart. And the thank you cards signed by the fans before this one. There's the good hands man, Marley, in that 3rd period when the Suns built that 14-point lead. There goes Marion on the liftoff once again. 4th period, it's Steph to Bo to Joe. And Joe Johnson showing some signs of real promise going into next season. Thunder 9, couldn't get it to fall, and then Bo takes a dive. You're always going to get the effort from Bo Outlaw. Final shot in his career. And it goes down in dramatic fashion. So does Dan. The push-ups, Tina and the girls celebrating Dan, the man of the night. And one lucky fan actually will wear his jersey. They gave away all the game jerseys from this evening's action to lucky fans here on Fan Appreciation Night. Wong Juju, Johnny Newman, Michael Finley, Nick Van Exel leading scores. Of course, minutes limited for Dirk Nowitzki and Steve Nash. Steve Nash with a back injury, the viral infection, only 8 minutes in this one for Dallas. They'll rest him up for the playoffs. Big Jake finishing with a flurry. 19 points, went to the line and hit 9 of 10. Joe Johnson with 16, Steph with the double-double, and Sean Marion 14 points, 4 rebounds. Rest of the numbers rolling out for you here as the Suns finish their season 36-46. They shoot 43% from the field, 16 of 21 at the line, 5 of 18 behind the line. Dare we say Dan Marley lifted up 13 of those 3-pointers trying to get that last one to drop, and it did. The fans staying around to the very end to watch it drop. So the Dallas Mavericks watching the San Antonio Spurs very closely tonight because they were battling for the Midwest Division title. San Antonio winning the title as they defeated Utah by 2. So San Antonio takes the number 2 seed into the playoffs. We will wrap things up here on the Suns wrap-up show. Suns put an end to their season. We will look ahead for next year and say our thanks to the Cox crew when we come back.
Announcing Friends Fly Free from Southwest Airlines. Simply purchase a special discounted fare starting at $59 and a friend comes along for free.
You are now free to move about the country.
You've been arrested for DUI and felt you were innocent. Do you need an experienced law firm to go up against the government and protect your rights? If so, we can help you. At Phillips & Associates, we've helped hundreds of clients who've been arrested for DUI, and our office can help you too with little or no money down and affordable monthly payments. Find out why we're one of Arizona's largest consumer law firms by calling now to set up your free private consultation. Call 602-258-8888.
Call right now, 602-258-8888. Arizonans love sports. And as an official sponsor of the Phoenix Suns, the Arizona News Channel invites you to tune in every night to the news show after 11 p.m. for all the sports highlights. Sports highlights are brought to you by Sanderson Ford, Arizona's only full-line Ford dealer, located on 51st Avenue just north of Bethany Home Road, and by Mark's Glass Company, 24-hour emergency glass replacement. Your pains are our pleasure. Call 602-257-4329. The Arizona News Channel. News and sports ready when you are. Arizonans love sports. And as an official sponsor of the Phoenix Suns, the Arizona News Channel invites you to tune in every night after 11 to the news show for all the sports highlights. Sports highlights are presented by London Gold, voted best in Phoenix, always better than a sale. And by Sands Chevrolet. Mr. Sandsman, make me a deal.
This is where good hockey players get even better, where new players learn skills the right way. This is Aussie Ice, and it's fun. At Aussie Ice, you'll receive personal attention from skating coaches and strength trainers, whose only goal is to improve your skills. With regular ice and the exclusive Aussie Ice artificial ice surfaces, you'll get faster, stronger, better. And Aussie Ice's off-ice training center helps you develop the stamina you'll need to really excel. Aussie Ice, just south of 32nd Street in Shea.
Welcome back. Final segment of the season here on the Suns wrap-up show. Suns win at 89-76. Suns will await the draft, but first the news of head coach Frank Johnson and his status. I've got a gut instinct that Frank Johnson will be back just because of the bond that was formed between Frank and his players. Nothing official yet, but I'm sure the Suns will make an announcement here in the next couple weeks leading up to the draft, so we can all look forward to that. A lot of people to thank. Gary and Cotton, of course, first and foremost. Two of the most respected people in the business, in basketball, in broadcasting. Of course, tonight, want to thank a lot of people for their part in this Dan Marley tribute, including our pregame show guest, Cedric Sabalos, along with Vinny Del Negro, and in the wrap-up show, who can forget Joe Klein. Greg Miller always cutting up those highlights for us at halftime and the postgame show. J.J. Jowish back at the Cox headquarters all season long in charge of the NBA highlights that you see in the pregame and halftime shows. Johnny Snope has been there from the start all season long. Our stage manager, Toby Finch, down here, he's been running around from upstairs to downstairs. The entire crew, Rich Reed, making life so easy for me as the producer of all the shows, including the game broadcast. You talk about a hard-working person. The entire Cox 9 crew, you'll see their names, and we'll see you next year.
your import car is what Bath Import Parts is all about. Bath offers quality parts, the best brands in the business, and all of them at volume prices.
For an even better brake, get to Bath now, where you'll get up to 20% off our quality brake parts.
Bath Import Parts helps keep your import car running. And what's more important than that? Bath Import Parts, your import parts specialist.
Every year, thousands of children lose their moms and dads to an addiction. Parents who smoke risk not only their lives to lung cancer, but the dreams of their children. Parents die from tobacco use. This doesn't always happen later in life. It happens when kids are babies, teens, or college students. So if you or someone you love smokes, help is available. Arizona Smokers Helpline. And if you think this is just a pitch, my dad died from lung cancer.
Call the Arizona Smokers Helpline, 1-800-5566-222.
Tonight, the Phoenix Suns face one of the Western Conference's best teams for a third game in a row. The Minnesota Timberwolves come to America West Arena seeking their third straight win over the Suns this season. It's a huge game of the playoff race, and it's coming to you live on Cox 9. Hi again, everybody. I'm Gary Bender, along with the coach, Cotton Fitzsimmons. A special night for Dan Marley, but this is a very special week. The Suns are trying to cap off a remarkable week, win their third straight game over some of the hottest teams in the NBA.
But the Suns seem to play better against the better teams, and that's what they did. It looked like they were really in trouble. They had to go to San Antonio, a team that won 14 out of 15. Suns maybe play their best game of the year. You're going to be tired. You come back the next night, face a rested Portland Trailblazer team, and again, you finish strong, you win.
Well, the Suns are starting to get healthy. As an end result, the bench has started to pick up. Good example, Tom Gugliotta played his best game since coming back from the injured list.
Well, he was perfect, really. Googs didn't make any mistakes. He made all of his shots. He was 5 for 5